Bitcoin is going to zero.
Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome. I see Kelly. How is it going? Hey, what's up? Retro Mike Tech, how is it going, my friend? Welcome. Thank you guys for stopping by here. Let's get started. Very sorry for yesterday. One thing transformed into another one. I have at the end of the day a little bit of migraine. So I was just not ready for the live session, but we are here. And by the way, if you guys are trading, and that is because I was looking at X1 AIBT. Man, I just can never say that. What is it? Let me actually look for it. There we go. How is it going? Not much. Doing fantastic. Thank you for asking. Right now, much better than yesterday, and ready to rock and roll. Oh, see my friend. Hey, KDGT, how is it going, brother? Welcome. Great to have you around. How is it going, my friend? Love it. Love to have you here. What is it? I can't find it. XIABT, right? Or come on, I can never say it, but whatever. We'll start looking into it. In fact, we should be having. There we go. AIXBT. Come on, I already have found it. Man, it's always so hard for me to remember that. Oh, see, he's cooking music. My cooking music, is that like cooking music? Let me know. Maybe I can change that. I don't know. Let me actually turn that thing a little bit here. So it's actually called Stereo Nuts for electric logo or something like that. But let's get it. Let's go into the charts and let's have some fun for today. There we go. Although I don't know if you guys like this one better. I definitely like this one better. This actually looks like a little bit more like a cooking music. I don't know about you guys. Look. There we go. AIXBT. Thank you, KTCT. Always having trouble remembering the exact ticker in this one. Although we have a hit in here, I was looking for this retracement. Kelly, heads up here. We're coming back down to dynamic reactor. Let's bring up our oscillator. We are not really having a flip of the ribbon just now, but let's just wait for that itty bitty candle to see how that plays out. I mean, let's see. It's at 18 hours. So it just basically started. We'll see how that goes. Nonetheless, as you can see, I'm expecting maybe an early flip of the ribbon. That's going to be my entry. Or if we don't have that early flip of the ribbon, we're going to be going all the way down, waiting for that volume matrix to come back the other way around. And look at this. It's actually not looking that bad now. It was very red, or it was much redder, way much red at the beginning of the day. So it's looking good. It's cooling down, or it's cooling off in here, and we can start looking for that flip of the ribbon. So areas of entries right around this trend line that we have in here, and of course at our dynamic reactor. I'm going to be setting up, there it is, a couple of possibilities, guys. These are not ready to jump in. All right, we still need to come back around as soon as we get the alerts and look for a re-evaluation. All right, so we want OC to cook. Thank you, Kelly. Thank you. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Appreciate it. Like your cookie on the chat. Oh, got it. Love it. All right, so looking for that. I also took a grass long. Right now it's coming back down. This was throughout chart prime session. If you were there, I think you know. Right at the end, I mentioned, hey, I want long grass right now, and that's because we were having this long this long wick in here, as you can see right here at 0.85, 0.85. There we go, 514, a little bit slight different as I caught it in. And right now it's having a retracement. If you haven't jumped in this one, don't go into it. This one, please, not just now. It's time to take some profit, and that is because look at where we having. Oh, come on, don't move that out of the way. Let me show you something here. Look at how we're having this lower area, right? We can still create a triangle in here, but let's go check out a couple of other things that are having triangles. Like, for example, Dogecoin. Right? Look at that huge triangle. In this huge triangle, in fact, this one is actually looking like it wants to hold. We are looking for a flip of that volume matrix, all right? So we want to start seeing that volume matrix actually behaving a little bit less red or behaving a little bit better, all right? So we'll wait for that. In the meantime, we're holding the support. I'm also looking for an area of entry right here, some sweep of the lows. We are jumping into the weekend, so we better be careful here. We'll see if we get that some sweep of the lows in here, and then we'll plan ahead. All right, but look at how, and let me bring this up. AIXBT, man, I'm getting better at it. AIXBT, there we go. AIXBT. All right, so talking about AIXBT, coming back down here, and that wasn't it. It was, what is it? It was grass, sorry, grass versus Dogecoin. All right, so look at how on grass we are kind of like in here. All right, so let's go check that out on grass. So look at that, coming back down, dead cat bounce, and then we're looking for that retracement. All right, so what we got like here, coming back down, all right, coming up and looking for that retracement. So everything seems to have this pattern. I mean, I don't know, bigger, smaller caps. Let's go, for example, Turbo. Turbo has the same, look at that, lower high in here. Yes, different zoom level, all right? But overall, we all are having, look at that, if I zoom out, well, we have the very first one like this. Or then if we start looking for these areas right here, we start having a triangle. Yes, it's truth. Like, for example, here in Turbo, and yes, I'm looking at Turbo. It is that, hey, we're losing that area, right? So I'm still waiting for that flip of the river right down here. Not rushing, but let's start bringing up, for example, our order blocks. And you'll notice, hey, Harv, what's up, bro? Welcome. How is it going? By the way, are you going to be gaming tonight? Let me know. I have a surprise for you. Let me know. By the way, whoever wants to game tonight, go into Piper's Academy Discord, and that's where we're going to be gaming. All right, so it's going to be like an hour gaming and trading. We're going to be doing the 3-minute charts and looking for a couple of trades and games, of course. All right, so let's go check that out. And hey, 12-beat what is it? 12 Vidal. What's up? Sol has a higher low on MACD and curving up. Looks juicy on the 1 hour. All right, let's go check that out. But in the meantime, before I go over that, let's look at what we're start having in here. Let's go, for example, to grass. All right, grass. We are turning on, or we want to turn on our order blocks, and we don't have any. Oh, right here. And well, our order block are all the way down here. But remember, on grass, we haven't come back all the way back down here, all right? So once again, we need to be a little bit careful in here. Just give it some time. We'll see where is the big triangle forming, all right? Either this big triangle or this smaller triangle forming. So far, we are still going to be looking for those areas of support. Let's go, for example, to Dogecoin. All right, there it is. Let's wait for our indicators, and you'll see it once again. Look at where is my circle here. All right, let me turn off my order blocks, and you'll notice, all right, this is what I wanted to get to. You will notice that we're either very close to an order block. In this case, I'm referring to this one. All right, just like we were on Turbo. All right, Turbo is a little bit cleaner, of course. Here it is, right? or we are getting the liquidity of another loud order block. Hey, Spee, what's up, bro? Welcome, welcome. I don't game. I just get denied voice on the Discord. What? Denied voice? No, we fixed that, bro. We fixed that. We fixed that. Not sure what happened. But yeah, maybe we can look into it once again. Hey, Spee, how's it going? We finally made it. Absolutely. Let's see it. All right. So, what am I bringing this up? Because, like, for example, in this case, and let me start turning or lowering the noising here. All right. We have a lot of things going on in here. Let me just get rid of the other order block or the other like line. All right. Having said that, it will make sense for us to have some sweep of the lows and then a continuation. The important part right there, if I start turning things off, it is that by here, we already have lost our trend line. Yes, I know. We can come back up in here, right? And then do something like that. But still, let's kind of like a look at what Bitcoin is doing. So we also can have like a little perspective, right? In the meantime, just so you guys are just not having like cryptic stuff like here or cryptic analysis, I'm looking for a possible entry in here if I have my flip of the ribbon at this area. All right, I'm gonna be opening a long position and then I'm gonna be trying to close it as soon as we bounce off of it. All right, especially because we can, low volume. All right, so let's go check out Bitcoin right here. So Bitcoin, we already have, we have a higher high, but then we're going for, wait, what? A lower low? Not just yet. But we have absolutely lost the trend line, the same trend line that we have in many altcoins, all right? So what does that mean? It means that we need to look for either continuation downwards, or better yet, and this is what I'm looking for, a bounce out of this area. Right here, we have a lot of confluence, especially look at that again, the loud order block that we see over and over, and we have, there it is, a ranging big, huge disparity zone, which calls out for ranging, all right? So just so you know, if we have this and then we do this, well, most likely we're going to continue downwards, especially because we're going to be making a lower high. All right. So let's go check out Solana. So we have the request for Solana. Let's see. Solana has a higher low. All right. We'll see that on MACD. All right. I don't use MACD here. I used to use it. Actually, I taught it. But we'll see how what our indicators tell us. By the way, if you want to use the same indicators that I do, go on. They're free. JR, what's up, bro? Are you going to be gaming with me tonight? Let me know. All right. So here we see. Could you look at Fartcoin? Absolutely. Let's do, what was the first request? Solana, and let's go to Fartcoin. In fact, let's add them right here. So Solana. And why is it not here? You got to be kidding me. We don't have Solana? Dude, and what about the other Solana trade? Did we tweak it in another account? ET? Yeah, whatever. Open anyway. Yeah, here. Oh, here it is. All right. So we do have Solana. All right, perfect. So Solana. We're still going to all cross the trade. All right. We still have the last 25% in, and we're just waiting to lose maybe the support right here. Let me just get rid of this because this was a 3 minutes trade where we went out in profits. If I'm not mistaken, there it was. And come on, get rid of it. All right, much better, much cleaner. And we have a breakout. All right, so it's not about the breakout. It's about the retest. We are trying to go below our zero line, but this might be deceiving because look at how your money flow is curling up. All right. So I believe that we can still wait for that Bitcoin to actually pump and bring other coins with it. Important here. Look at how your True 7, all right, was clipping here. And then at this same zone, and let's use this right here, these lines. Horizontal, and I'm looking for the clipping area right here, all right, on the True 7. Look at how right there we have a flat area. So we're clipping. And then we have a flip of the ribbon. We were red. And let's measure what happened right there. We have a bottoming pattern right here, and then slightly movement to the upside. It wasn't like a Valhalla trade, right? So it was just a kind of like a good trade, small trade, all right? So worth to be taken. So let's check out what we have here. We are clipping right there. You see, we're clipping, we're flat. And one thing is overlapping the other one. So just be careful. That's what I'm catching right now. We haven't had, all right? We haven't had neither the flip of the ribbon, all right? The flip of the ribbon, neither the clipping have ended and going up, all right? Let's see, Jared. I'm drinking on stream at Crypto. Oh, perfect. You're drinking on stream at Crypto Coin Mindset Fridays and then gaming with. So love it, love it. Nice. Just came to share, likes, and support. Thank you, my friend. Really appreciate it, brother. Really appreciate it, my friend. Let's go. All right. What's up, Harp? 89. What's up? Oh, we have. Whoa. We have. Oh, I thought we were congratulating somebody that just entered. All right, whatever. Let's check this out. And well, are we having the bounce? Very, very close. All right. Are we then gonna be having the rest of the move? Remember, we have a little move to the outside and then a rebound. All right. So a little bit of rest of the movement and then a rebound. Ooh, this will be creating a lower high. All right. Careful. You mentioned 1 hour. Let's go check that. Out. 1 hour. Let's wait for our oscillators here. We have peak performance, still ongoing trend. We have a reversal. All right. So what am I expecting? We're expecting a movement to the upside. Right now, this is too late to take. Your entry was at latest. There we go. You have your reversal right here. Your peak performance would have been right here. Okay. You want to enter here? I also want to be honest. You're giving me the FOMO, brother. All right. Well, it's not looking that bad. All right, but we're still below our zero line in here. Yes, we're crossing over here, but we're also clipping on the true 7. All right. Money flow looks fairly well, which indicates to me just a rebound. All right. So, well, this is not going like this. Most likely we're gonna break through. All right. Then get somewhere with a resistance. Let's see. Do we have? Yep. Look at that. We have a loud order block. So not even to the trend line, maybe somewhere around here. All right. Grabbing some liquidity. And this is freakishly highly bearish. Look at that. So you're saying that it's looking juicy. Yes, might be looking juicy. But we have a lot of resistance, right? We have a lot of resistance. So I actually will be looking for a possible short continuation on the 1 hour. Maybe not taking a trade right now because we are against resistance. Maybe looking for a rejection or a range here, right? If we have a range, this is going to be a flat pause of bearish continuation. Yes, in this case, we have a flat pause and then a bullish continuation. But I believe... but we made it back above the zero line, and I believe in here we need the retracement, not because of Solana, but because of Bitcoin. All right, so Bitcoin is kind of like in the way. So let's go do once again on Bitcoin. Let's go for it. All right, we're kind of like bouncing up. We already have the peak performance, by the way. Oh, still your entry was 2 candles ago. All right, 2 hours ago. Right here, but still coming from this one and then a continuation downwards. All right, and then that's what we start looking for, a hour maybe reversal like that. All right, but so far so good. Not entries, or at least not entries that I'm gonna be taking. All right, and let me just get this going like this. Perfect, much better. So far so good. Oh yeah, I thought it was Wick's wife, 589, but it's not in here, is it? I don't know. All right, so let's go check out Farcoin. Why not? Kelly, what time frame are you looking into? As you can you look at Firecoin, I'm long at 78.63. All right, let's go to the 4 hours. In the meantime, you let me know. And let's do Firecoin. All right, and we, of course, we are trading this. Perfect. It's played out very nicely. Let me just get rid of everything here. All right, much better. Let me see. You long or short? Let me read that again. Also you can wait to game on Scott. Love it, love it. And I miss your comment. Here it is. All right, found it. Let's see. Could you look at Farcon for me? I longed at. All right, so you longed at. Let's push it there. Just so I don't mess up. Let's do this. And then entry price 0.7863. Okay, perfect. Woo, that is freaking fantastic. Love it. All right, so you're in profits, barely profits. That was a sniper entry, Kelly. How you did that? That was fantastic. Okay. So regardless, I think you're gonna make it. Okay, and this is because we're having a lower low. All right, a rebound is coming. We are right now, and this is a little bit concerning, but I think that you're gonna get the rebound and then continuation. So take advantage of this movement. All right, make sure or remember to move your stop to entry as soon as that candle closes. All right, and let's go and take a look at the 30 minutes because that is going to be a smaller move to the upside. I would say, hey, look at that, we have a reversal. Very important. There we go. When we have a reversal and then we have a range, it is a continuation downwards. All right, you still caught it right there. Look at that. Let me make sure that I got the right number. That was entry point, entry price 78.63. Oh wow, still pretty good. All right, you got it right here on the support. All right, let's bring up predictive ranges. I want to see how predictive ranges are going. All right, so far so good. We have regenerated some predictive ranges. Usually when we break, and this is the key factor, usually when we break our first set of predictive ranges, all right, we create a new set and then we go and hit the blue line. Where is the blue line at? Boom shakalaka. Alrighty, there we go. Look at that. It's pairing the same analysis. It's pairing just a little bit. It's a little bit more granular right now. All right. We have a possible reversal. We have a flip of the premium right down there. You already have a peak performance diamonds in here. We have the sweep of the lows. I think this is going to be that flip sweep of the lows. Important so far. So far, I believe that this is going to be a bounce up for then a continuation. All right. And I'm trying to plan for the worst case scenario there, Kelly. So on the 1 hour. All right, perfect. So we're in 30 minutes. I think we're in the same ballpark. All right, let's check out the 1 hour. Perfect. Almost right there with the peak performance. A little bit of sweep of the lows. Perfect. Seems like this wants to go a little bit lower and we're crossing over. All right, still, I'm still within. Hey, we bounce out of an important zone. All right. And dude, this is peaking like this. So I think, there we go. Smart money entry somewhere around here. Still, I think that's a little bit high. That is because I bet you that we have, there we go, another resistance in between. And yep, we have it right here. So let's adjust our next resistance. Here it is. And then let's see if we have anything else. Well, we have another one all the way here. So remember, take 50% out, move your stop to entry. And then as we go up, you take another 50% off of whatever is left. So you're taking 50% out, net 50, all right? Then you take another 50 of whatever is left. So that is a net 25 of your original position. And then you leave another 25 just for a Valhalla trade, right? Just in case this thing actually goes crazy, right? So you want to still invest it. Remember how we did the Solana trade, right? Perfect example. So let's go back and take a look at Solana really quickly. All right. And this was our, there we go, checking out where the price gets here. Perfect. We enter somewhere around here. Take first profit. You can see the little arrow. Take the second profit. You can, oh, come on. You can see the secondary arrow right here. And then, well, we have the third profit still jumping in here. So basically, we are trailing this thing. All right. So yeah, I think I would suggest, friendly suggest, to doing something around those lines. All right. Let's go check out crypto bubbles. All right. Let me take a look at crypto bubbles here. So everything is red. Come on. Aster, what the hell is that, man? I don't know. Dude, this is freaking scary. Remember the rotation of capital? If we start seeing meme coins, low caps just going nuts like this, dude, ding, 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 ding. The near is close, right? The close. My goodness, the end is near. All right, so from the F up. I mean, Aster, the only thing green. All right. Talking about the meme coins and low caps. Pengu, Pepe, Jupiter, because I like Jupiter. That's it. If you don't like it, forget about it. ARB. All right, so let's take a look at a couple of those, shall we? So let's get start first with ARB. It's the least meme coin out of them all. In fact, I like it. The trade flavor. I love it, love it. Thank you, Kaylee. But you're the one taking them. You're the one taking them. You need to take credit for those and for that. I mean, you're the one making. Come on, I did not give you the entry. You came up with that entry. Fantastic, phenomenal, sniper-like entry. All right, love it, love it. So, take the credit. Credit credit. This is yours. This is you making the hard work. I'm just helping you around. I'm just sprinkling some salt. Giving my little grain of salt for you. All right. So let's go check out ARB. Let's check that out. ARB. All right. Perfect. And I don't have any here. All right. So let's go crypto. And just so you guys know, this is fairly new. All right. We used to go into Chart Prime Pro Plus and then use that setup. But I decided to go with free indicators and then do a new setup to start looking into things separately. All right. So ARB, was that ARB? Yep. Arbitrum. ARB, crypto, Binance. I think that might have the best liquidity, maybe. Oh yeah, maybe. Okay, perfect. And look at that. We actually, I don't know why we didn't have it at the time. But look at that. We analyze for a possible long. And guess what happened right there? Ha! Love it. I love to see all trades that actually played out. And kind of go back in here. I don't even remember when we took this, but it's just so good to come back and say, hey, we know that one. All right, let's clear this up. All right, and let's go for, hey, we're at the verge of collapse. All right, but that's also a big support. So let's go, for example, for this support. All right. Previous big resistance. Yes, we can even adjust this a little bit higher, a little bit lower, whatever. I don't really give an F, all right? But the point is that I want to really kind of get it closer here. Is the most recent area. Perfect. All right. Where is the liquidity here? Liquidity, just by looking at this, all right? It's where we have hiccups. Here we have a hiccup, all right? That means there is a liquidity to be grabbing here. Perfect. Hey, Weak Wife, finally we got you here. Love it, love it. Thank you so much for spending a little bit of your time in here. The alumni was shouting you out earlier. If you scrolled up in here, it was like, I believe Harp was the very first one. Yeah, absolutely. He went 89 and then the wife single. Oh, yeah. So love it, love it. Actually, that's what I made a pause because I thought you jumped in earlier, but I did not saw you then. But whatever, you're here now. Yay! Thank you. All right. By the way, guys, remember, hit that like button. Really, really helps with the algorithm. All right. So let's move on in here. We have some liquidity right below us. All right. We've been leeching on it. All right, for a long time. And it wouldn't be a surprise to do that, right? That's not what we're interested on. So what we're interested in would be, all right, are we going to bounce in here? And that is because, look at that. we have 1, 2, 3. Well, we're pretty close to our peak performance time. And not only that, okay, here it is. We also have, or we are turning green. Perfect. Is that the end of the story? No. In fact, if you have looked there you go. For example, this peak performance. Look at this peak performance. Yeah, bounce and boom. All right. That's not the one that I want to show you. In fact, we just looked at another peak performance, which was Solana, maybe? Solana, that we have peak performance and attempting make a sweep of the lows, right? That's the one that I'm interested. I'm not going to go chase after that pattern because I think we all remember it's just like 2 trades ago. Let's bring up a couple of other support and resistances. Ooh, I said a couple of things, but I think let's leave that at the end. Let's first get started with our reactor, right? Reactor, great. We're bearish, all right? We're having strength on the bearishness, even when we have our peak performance. All right. What I want to look for, it is this one start retracing as we go up. That is going to be a bounce. All right. A bullish bounce on a negative or a bearish trend. Like this. Just like that. You see? All right. So you see that as we go up and as we lose strength, we go slightly up. Okay, as we lose strength and as we go up, we go slightly up. All right, which is about it. Hopefully not. That's exactly what we're expecting right now. All right, so far so good. We could be looking for that bounce, but we don't have a trigger just now. All right, so let's go check out if we have anything else. So liquidity zone, yes. In fact, how profound that or how deep with that liquidity will be. I see that we can go for those lows at the support and resistances right here. All right, perfect. We have another huge box, right there. And then let's turn that off for a second. Let's see if we have anything else. Here is what I will say the important part. Look at that. If we bounce from here, this is going to be our first TP, second TP, and then third one is going to be all the way here. Right, but are we going to jump in here? I would say not really. I would rather go in the middle. Right, so either here or here. Right, and that is because I have another purple line and another big area here. Right, so if we start turning things on, things are like, hey, a lot of resistance, but again, a lot of liquidity. All right. So I would rather go for the center of this, all right? So I would call it maybe somewhere around here. So let's add that alert. Not only that, let's add a little thing in here. And we're going to be looking for, this is not an open position. We're going to be looking for a possible long here, all right? So let's scoop this over here. What's going to happen if this bounce right now? Let it go. We're not interested in that. Not just that, not just now. All right. When or if we start taking these highs, oh, the story changes. All right. So let's add another alert in here just in case the thing decides to actually go against what we're expecting. All right. Perfect. Let's go and check out. Now we got ARB out of the way. Let's go and check out, for example, something like Ping. All right. 7% drawdown. Perfect. Pepe 5. Jupiter 6. All right, so Jupiter and Pingo. So let's get started with Jupiter because I remember I gave an entry today in the morning with Jupe on the morning market report. So let's see how that is going. All right, so we should be able to see an area of entry. And of course, for some reason, it's not in here. But whatever, let's get started. There we go. We have our first area of support and we have a reversal. Cautious with this reversal. Why? We're almost at the end of the bearishness, which means ranging, and we haven't actually reversed. That means, like in here, look at that. We did not reverse. We range and boop, we make that further movement. All right, and then we bounce back up. All right, so this is like a counterintuitive thing. All right, so let's go and take a look at here. A reversal. We're ranging. Exactly the opposite of this. And further continuation. This is a flat because of bearish continuation. All right. And that reversal confirms it, right? Same thing. In this case was bullish, coming up, reversing slightly, ranging and plop, continuing with the previous trend. You see that? All right. So I think we already have it. We're going to be looking for an entry right down here. Let's add an alert. There we go. And why? Well, I already have the analysis, so I don't want to bore you a lot with it. But that is what we have our next liquidity zone after two areas of entry. Sorry, two areas of support. So two lines of support, and then the first liquidity zone. All right. And not only that, there we go. We have a lot of volume. Right, so this is classic volume spikes. All right, so this is the VRVP. All right, so we have the spikes, we have the spikes, we have the spikes. All right, and where we have the most of the spikes is right here, same area where we are looking. Not only that, if we look at where people are fighting over the zones, well, I think this is clear. 23.70 million of disparity. Oh, and not only that, we have our money flow POC. Then what are we aiming lower? Because as we have seen, that's what we start stopping, but we can whiplash. All right, we can kind of do a strip of the lows. So once again, looking for that possible entry, let's go and take out our long position somewhere around here, and we'll check that out as it comes. Again, not a confirmation, but looking for this pattern. If the pattern doesn't play it out, and how do I know the pattern is not playing out? If this thing makes a retracement up above dynamic reactor, come on, click it, and then we have some support, and then we're breaking through the zero line, I am entering long here, guys. All right, so just remember, things will change depending on what happens in the chart. All right, and having a plan for whatever happens, it is your best option. So far, plan A is going to be catching that that continuation short. All right, and then head switching it for a pump in the. Hey, it says, what's up? All right, let's take a look at a couple of other stuff here. So we have Jupiter out of the way. Let's take a look at Pingu. All right, so let's go in. Pingu, perfect. All right, Pingu, same thing, same, right? Coming down, dude, I knew it. There we go. We have a reversal. We have continuation down. We're ranging. Guess what's going to happen? All right. There we go. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. All right. OVEUs. All right. So let's add our alert in there. All right. So why not? It's slightly above here, just in case the thing decides just to not hit target. And guess what? We have a freakishly huge loud order blocking here, or high order block. Important. If we bounce in here, we'll have to see how that reactor does. All right, because we can still have a continuation downwards, and that is because this one right here is the loud order block, and visually here is where we have the liquidity. All right, let's bring up our VRVP here. Let's see, where do I have it hidden? And there it is. All right, find that freakingly. And we have another one. All right, there it is. So what is the liquidity? Liquidity, it is somewhere, yep, somewhere around here. So just be careful taking this trade up and then coming back down. We're going to be having another big area of entry right there. So why not? Let's add another possible long in here as we have another possible long. Guys, I'm not setting stop loss or anything. I will be trying to set that up as we go. This is because those are not confirmed trades. All right. So far, that's what we got, guys. Today's Friday. We have a couple of setups in here. Stay cool. Stay balanced in the market. Don't overtrade this weekend, for the love of God. All right. Things might be getting the other way around. You will see that I'm looking for those retracements, sometimes even skipping the continuation downwards. All right. And that's because I'm trusting that we might have a better result because of the numbers. What numbers? FOMC numbers, rate cuts, so on and so forth. All right. So this might be just a whiplash after the impact of those numbers, and one might be out of the speculation that happened. All right. But other than that, guys, stay cool, stay safe, and as always, see you guys on Monday this time. But if you want to trade, stay with me. See you in the Piper Academy in an hour, and we'll game and trade some Halo. All right, guys. Take care. See you guys afterwards.
Bitcoin is going to zero.
Zero. It's going to zero.